Hello.
Why are you so silly?
No, you're goofy. There's a difference.
Welcome
I'm
back
not silly.
to our couch.
I miss. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this next episode. This is a fairly new episode. We're gonna try something a little differently this time. So we're gonna try to engage with our audience this episode. We had something else set up, but it didn't really pan out the way we wanted it to. So we're gonna try something different. So this particular episode, actually, let me go back. Jessica asked a question on Facebook.
Did you ask any questions?
No, I did not. Jessica asked a question on Facebook. What was the question? Oh, you don't remember it? Okay.
The question was, throw out some topics. That was it.
Okay, so she posted. Let me read it for you guys. We're getting ready for Thursday's episode, but wanted to see what you all wanted us to hear us talk about. Throw out some topics. Right. And so we're going to talk about some of those topics that people mentioned in the Facebook post. And
then the disclaimer that we wanted to put out there was, we posed the question, what do you want to hear us talk about?
Absolutely.
So this is not in any way meant to be advice for anybody.
Not at all. Not at all. Please don't take our advice.
How we have handled it thus far. Absolutely. Through our experience, our opinions, stuff like that. So we just want to put that out there.
Yeah,
for nobody's
absolutely.
Expert.
Absolutely.
So the first one comes, should I say the name or just the topic? It's private information. I mean, it's public information.
It is.
Okay.
We'll just do it.
Ingrid. Hi, Ingrid. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting.
Absolutely.
Your question was, how about being in relationship or marriage with someone in the entertainment business?
Yeah. So I'll let you go first. Being that you're the one experiencing life with somebody in the entertainment business. Because I'm not in it.
Yeah, you are in it, but you're not experiencing it with someone in it. It's interesting, to say the least. It does have its moments. It has one of the big things about him being in the entertainment business is he travels a lot. And the travel, I would say, would have been a really big issue for us if I wouldn't have traveled with my job as well. And so it literally last year, we were literally doing like this the last quarter of the year.
Literally.
And I would be home. He wouldn't be here. He would be here. I would be gone. And we just did that for probably about 4 months. The last 4 months of the year.
Probably up until Christmas?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. And then it started picking back up a little bit after January. After about the first week of January, It started picking back up again slightly. Yeah.
So I guess the tougher parts were like when I was on the East Coast and you were on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Because the timing was different. And then I remember he went to Dubai, and I think I was coming back from Boston, and I was leaving Boston. He was leaving the Atlanta airport, and you were going to Boston to go to your next place. And I was coming to the Atlanta airport. Like, we were at different airports, but going to the opposite airport. It was so weird, and couldn't see each other. And so the travel has been very interesting. But then you have your times where he goes fun places, and I'll meet him there. But I was the type of girlfriend, I'm the type of wife that I support him no matter what type of gigs he's doing. So it could be at the local church down the street. It could be in, LA or wherever he is. I try to support him. So that's a big thing. Our schedules are different. So when I'm at work, like, he's working from home, but he has late gigs, and I need to go to sleep to get ready for work the next day. And so, like, trying to maneuver that was a challenge a little bit, but
yeah. I'll say, like, even like morning time, like, I'm not the morning person, so I'm not normally gonna get up, but she's up, and it normally wakes me up, and I normally go to bed maybe around after 12. Normally I go to bed after 12 or after 1 o'clock. It just depends on how much I have to do. But for her to get up at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, I was like, oh my gosh, like, could you please just quiet down or leave quietly?
That's
but
what
no,
he said. I'm loud when I get up. I'm like, no.
She is loud when she gets up, and it wakes me up. But it's all good because I end up going to the gym, and I end up getting my day started a little earlier than
before
expected.
quarantine.
Yeah, so it wasn't that bad. It was an adjustment. It was definitely an adjustment.
Another thing about you being in the industry was he knows tons of people. Why are you laughing?
Because I don't feel like I know a lot of people, but
he knows a lot of people, and he's always around people, especially like females and stuff. And so it takes a very secure woman to deal with that. You know what I mean? Because you have to, at the end of the day, you have to trust your mate. Because if I didn't, I'd be driving myself crazy. Like, what is he doing? Who is he with? It's late. He hasn't called. You know, the gig ended 10 minutes ago and he's still not home. You know what I mean? But having to just trust him, it wasn't a challenge. This is something that comes with the territory, I would say. What else?
Well, I'll say this. Where she works in the corporate world.
Oh yeah.
And I work in the entertainment business, as you all know. So, of course, everybody knows when you're working in the corporate world, it's a 9-to-5 job, or 10 to 6, however you want to look at it. But
you clock in and you clock out.
Right. Basically, it is a 9-to-5 job, and so there would be many times where she'd go to work and I'd be asleep, and she'd come home and I'd be working, or I'd just be leaving to get ready to go to work. Like she'd get home around 6 something, and like on Tuesdays I had band rehearsals at my church, and so I'm already gone by the time she gets home. And we miss each other like that. Sometimes I have other gigs on a Wednesday night or a Friday night, Saturday night, and the gig starts at like 9, so I'd be leaving the house around 7:30. So I'd probably have like maybe an hour, or depending on what the gig is or where the gig is.
I will say that he's really good about being intentional with prioritizing his time. And so if he knows like later that week he has a gig, then he's going to try to make time within that week or Friday or something to make sure that we're spending time together. And so I never really felt like, oh my God, you always have music going on and you never have time. I've never felt that way in the year and a half that we've dated or whatever. Even up till now, it's just he was really good about prioritizing. And I think that if you're not, then that's kind of where problems come in, because you're always gone, and then when you're home, you're still not attentive, or you know what I mean? And so you have to be able to manage your time wisely. And
I will say it's very hard on my end, because as a musician,
effortlessly.
Well, I will say it's very challenging, because as music evolves, music is always changing, and as a musician, you have to kind of keep up with the times. And so if the sound changes in the music game or anything like that and people gravitate to it, you have to kind of like learn it, or at least listen to it to kind of know what's going on, and to have to take time away from learning different things, or let's say like you're working on a track or something like that, and I'm one where if I start working on something, I want to get it done.
I told you he's focused when he works.
I want to get it done, because I don't want to have to deal with it. I don't like lingering problems, or lingering work.
Projects.
Yeah, I don't like to linger on with projects and stuff. So I try to get it done as quickly as possible, and sometimes that takes all night. But as I got into this relationship and we started to talk about marriage and things like that, I understand that things had to be, time had to be shifted a little bit. And so I learned, or I realized that I had to get as much done as I could with the time that she's gone. Because by the time she's here, she's ready to all the time. And I'm like, oh my God, can I get this done real quick before you just do that? And it wasn't a problem. But I realized I had to shift my whole mindset when it came to my music and in my career. And it kind of helped because she doesn't bring home work all of the time. Sometimes she can bring home work, but it's nothing heavy or anything like that. She's also great with time management as well. And so it's just really worked out. And we try to respect each other's time because time is not, we don't get a lot of time together. I mean, if she's coming home at 6 and I'm normally leaving the house around 7:30, we only have an hour's time. Or if I don't have a gig, we probably have about maybe 4 hours and we're off to sleep, and it's the same thing over the next day. So you don't get a lot of time together. So it would be better for anybody or any couple, or something that we kind of realized within our relationship, that we really needed to make sure that we prioritize our time together wisely.
Yeah.
Because of the traveling that we do, because of the different worlds that we are in career-wise.
And I think it's a mindset that you have to know that you're getting into.
Yeah.
And so we both talked about it, because I think when we were dating, but I don't know if we were like official, but we had been talking about it. But I was up for a new job. Like I was applying for a new job. And that would have caused me to be gone more than I am now. And so we talked about it. It was like, if we get together, what does that look like?
Yeah.
Will we be able to, have a successful relationship? Are we willing to be in the relationship and try it out? And it was something that, he was like, no matter if you get the job or not, let's go for it. And we did. So we already knew what we were getting ourselves into.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool.
That's it. All right.
Okay.
Next question.
AD, one of my favorite people. How do you make time for family and friends while enjoying being newlyweds?
Well, I will say this: we really haven't had to deal with that quite as much because of the quarantine.
Yeah.
However, we call and check up on friends. They call and check up on us. It's been. I was
even go back to dating.
Oh well, even with dating, some people you just had to cut off. Like as far as not family, not necessarily family.
We didn't cut off any family.
No, we didn't cut off family, but there were just some friends we just had to limit talking to, simply because we were in the relationship and we wanted to respect each other. So balancing family or friends. I
will say that my group of girlfriends, we're all in different stages of our lives. And so my really close ones are like married, they have kids. And so we rarely talk as much as we used to, like back in college days, which is understandable. Everybody's grown. We have our careers, we have our lives. And so it's just interesting seeing it from the other side, because some parts of me, when we were dating or when I was single, it was like, well, why can't she just pick up the phone? I know she married, I know she got kids, why can't she just pick up the phone? But like when you are in a relationship and you are in like a committed relationship, time goes by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
1 minute you cooking and then you got to do something else and then you got to do this and then laundry, then dishes, then you got to spend time with your mate, and it's just, and then by the end of the day, you're like, oh man, I forgot to call and check up on da-da-da-da. Like I normally talk to my mom every day. And sometimes I just get into this, into work, and it's 10 o'clock and I realize I haven't talked to her. And she's like, why are you calling me and you cooking? You always calling me when you cooking. Because that's like when I have like a free moment to think and to talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so although it's not intentional, you just get caught up in life. You know what I mean? And you just hope that you have friends who understand. And I get it. You know what I mean? Because I can't even imagine having kids right now.
Oh, God.
With everything that we have going on.
We have a dog and he is giving us... he is giving us the blues. So we can only imagine what kids are going to be like. Oh, my God.
And it's really interesting because, as a couple, all we know is quarantine life. We haven't, as a married couple, we haven't really experience life outside of home for over a month. So we came right into quarantine life, and so it's been very easy. You know, we have time to call and check up on friends and do all those things. But when life starts picking back up, you know, you just gotta.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a different beast, and I'm anxious to see how we're gonna handle that. I think we're gonna handle it very well. I think we just have to prioritize things a little differently.
Yeah.
Once things are with, but I think, you know, even after quarantine, life is not gonna be the same as it was before March anyway. Not. So it's gonna be an experience to try to figure out all of those things anyway. So,
right.
So yeah.
And then I think it helps. Brandon has met and knows all of my friends, and I've met most of his. But as long as the parties involved, you know, respect the situation, that's my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just respect the situation. Yeah. If you have to understand, as a friend, you can't do the same things and operate the same way with your single friend as your now married friend. And so it might look a little differently. Can you call Brendan at 2 o'clock in the morning? No, you can't. Can't do that no more. You have to find somebody else to do that. Or do you think differently? Or even my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a conversation when my girlfriends came over.
Mm-hmm.
They were supposed to be, my friends are never on time. We had planned 7, 8 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
And they were supposed to come over. We were supposed to, you know, eat, cook, do whatever. They didn't get here until 10:30, 11.
It was close to 11. I was like, okay, now look, we're going to have a limit on when friends are going to be coming over.
Right.
Because after a while, I understand, you know, things are a little different. And yeah, but, and no offense to those friends or anything. Like, I love them.
And they know they late.
I love them, you know, but it was late. I ain't going to sit here and lie. I was this close to ready to go to bed, because they were supposed to be cooking and all of this stuff, and it's supposed to be a whole dinner thing. Yeah. We ended up eating before they got here.
Yeah.
And it was a whole thing. Yeah, it was just a lot.
Yeah.
So
you have to have those type of conversations, those type of boundaries.
Yeah.
And your friends just kind of, they should, you know, respect it and get it.
Yeah, they don't. Well,
yeah.
That one is what it is.
You get on my nerves. Okay, the next one was Jarda. Hey, Jarda. Decorating shared space. Brandon laughed earlier when I read that to him, so I'll let you start.
Yeah, decorating shared space. It's already a lot that it's a shared space. For real. I mean, it is. Like, if I've never had a roommate. Ever. I mean, you may not have either.
No, I have.
Oh, you have? Oh,
yeah.
Well, I've never had a roommate. Yeah. So, I had a little sister growing up.
He still has a little sister.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I did say had. I have a little sister. And I was trying to say had because we used to live together. But, yeah, but she stayed on one end of the house. I stayed on the other end of the house. And so when I moved out, I was just in my own space on my own. I loved it. And that's what
Just came around.
I mean, I knew that's what I wanted. If I wasn't going to be married or in a relationship, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be in my own space without anybody having to tell me anything. I didn't want roommates and yeah, all of this stuff. So when it came down to us getting married and we're finally in this shared space, now she wants to decorate the space that we are in. And so I'm like, well, you know what? I'm good. You know, we got the bare minimum. We don't really need anything.
We don't have the bare minimum.
I had the bare minimum.
You actually were pretty stocked for a bachelor.
Well, see,
you had all your frying pans, cooking pans. He didn't have one of each: spoon, knife, fork. He had silverware. He had china.
Well, I didn't have china.
Yes, you did.
We did. Yes. Oh, I did have china. I had everything.
He didn't have your bare minimum.
Listen, I had it all.
He was living real nice.
Well, so when she finally came, it was, you know, she was like, okay, well, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this.
Brandon, no, that is not how it happened.
How did it happen?
That is not how
did it happen?
We had a conversation about, like, what our plans were. Like, if we were going to get a house together, or if we were going to live here, or how would it be? And you said it's probably best if at first we stay here.
Yeah.
And being that, you're going to come in and live here, then you should make it your own so you can make it like home and make it comfortable for you. And so when he said that
gave her the green light to do whatever. So I have a blue wall now with stuff on it.
That blue wall was not my idea.
It wasn't mine. Oh, you gotta be ashamed of yourself.
Brandon, it was yours.
No, it wasn't. I never had an idea to paint the wall.
Well, no. No. Let's go back. You said when we were dating that you wanted to kind of remodel and to redecorate. That's what you said.
Yeah, I did say
that. And so I was like, hey, you have this big, nice wall. You can do an accent color. And you're like, oh, okay. So then we went and looked at paint, and you picked the color for that. So it was my suggestion, but that color you picked. Whatever.
Anyway, so it was that. We had some little pieces. Oh my God. It's like Z Gallery threw up in here. Like they just literally just brought every piece of furniture they had, placed it somewhere, and if she liked it, cool, it stays. That's exactly what she did. And so it's all cool. Like we have a dining room full of furniture and full of glasses and stuff like that. We have vases, we have mirrors, we have pillows. There's some of everything around here. So the house has a woman's touch.
But it's not overly...
No, it's not overly decorated. Yeah, and it's not overly feminine or anything like that. It has a marriage feel to it. It has a marriage feel to it. So...
but it's homey.
It is home.
It feels like home.
Absolutely. It definitely feels like home. And you have made it your own. And I have grown to love it. So, hey.
So was it easy?
No, it wasn't easy because you have to understand, like, this was a place that I lived in for 4 years before she came in. And so... you kind of have everything where you wanted it, and things like that. And then all of a sudden she comes in and is like, hey, I want to do this. You said, I can make it mine. So we're going to do this, we're going to do this.
In my defense, I asked you.
She did ask. And
whatever
I
I did.
And yeah, I think we've covered the decorating shared space.
But I love to decorate.
She definitely does. So I can't decorate. I don't have a decorating bone in my body. So have at it. She can have it. I'm good. Just give me my 2 little rooms, give me my studio, and maybe give me my little chill space, and you can have the rest.
So the last topic that we were asked to talk about were recipes.
I don't cook. Let me just go ahead and say that now. I do not. I can.
Wait, I thought you could cook just as well as I can.
I can cook a little bit, but I am not.
Who's a better cook?
She is.
Brandon. That is true. But we just talked about this, and you're like, we're the same. I'm like, how? And you're like, well, just because you cook more doesn't mean you're the better cook. You remember that?
Okay, well, I may have said that. Okay.
So you're saying now that I'm the better cook?
Yeah, she's the better cook. She's the better cook. But don't get it twisted. I can cook.
Yes, she can.
I can cook. I'm not as versatile with spices and herbs and things like that. Like I'm not good with seasoning. I have my ups and downs in the kitchen, but she's had hers too. However, we're both learning. I didn't grow up cooking.
What was my worst dish?
Your worst dish.
Yes, my worst dish.
I probably had fish the other week that we had, or last week that we had.
The salmon?
Nah, it was the tilapia.
What did I do to it?
You didn't cook it.
thought you were gonna say the peanut butter cookies.
Oh, them too. You've had
cake. The cake had an aftertaste. We couldn't figure
out. Oh,
that
cake. Oh, yeah. I mean, look.
So I am in no place
to
be giving anybody recipes. But what I do enjoy doing is I enjoy trying new things. And so if I find a recipe, I'll try it. I might master it. I might not. But yeah, I enjoy just trying stuff out. And so I'm not gonna give y'all no recipes.
Yeah, we're not those people. I like to grill. That's one of my favorite things to do, actually. And so
your ribs were bomb last week. He did that. He marinated all night, and then didn't cook them until like 4 that afternoon. They were good. You did a really good job.
Thank you, baby.
That was your first time too.
That was my first time cooking ribs.
Did a really good job.
I did some steak the other day too.
You didn't ask me. Yeah, he did. Ribeye.
Oh, they were ribeyes.
Yes, ribeyes. You didn't ask me what your worst meal was.
I've never cooked an entire meal. I don't remember cooking an entire meal. But I could be wrong. What was my worst meal? Then?
Brandon,
what was my worst meal?
You know this.
I don't know what it was.
Birthday. My birthday this year.
I cooked? What I cooked? I don't even remember what I cooked.
So we were going to keep it real simple because we were preparing for the wedding. So I went and got my hair done and you cooked.
I don't even remember what I cooked.
You did shrimp and grits.
Oh, God. Yeah, that blew up in my face. I thought I had everything that I needed, and I went to the store and everything, and I think I tried to do too many things at one time to try to get it ready before she got home, and
I didn't get home until like 12.
Midnight?
Yeah, because I was getting my hair done.
Oh, yeah, and I thought she'd be home a little earlier, and yeah, that didn't really work out the way I wanted it to, so.
But it was a thought that counted.
Still, though.
Thank you.
Listen.
But that's honestly the only thing that I could think of that was like, don't do that again.
Yeah.
Any other time you kind of hit it on the mark.
Yeah. Oh, well. Salute. You can't win them all. So, yeah.
Any other topics you want to talk about?
No. Nope. Do you have anything else?
Oh, you know what a good topic is? Pets.
Go ahead. So, actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and start this one.
Okay.
So, growing up, I used to want a dog. I wanted a dog really badly. But my mom she didn't like dogs. I think my dad may have wanted one, but he didn't want to take care of it either. And they didn't feel as though, my parents didn't feel as though my sister and I were going to be responsible enough to handle it. So we never got a pet. And as I got older, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a dog because I never had one when I was growing up. And my father had one. Both of my parents had pets while they were growing up. Both of them did, but they wouldn't allow us to. They didn't allow us to have any. It's all good, whatever. Now I'm 30-something years old and I got my own pet. So I was for it at first, and then as I got older, probably by my mid-20s, I didn't want the pet anymore because I didn't want the responsibility. I didn't want it, tearing up my furniture, tearing up my house. I didn't know how I was going to look after it because at that time, my traveling started picking up, and there would have been no way I would have been able to take care of a dog while I was gone and all of this stuff. So I ended up tossing the idea out of my head. So I met Jessica, and about a few months down the road, I ended up going back out on tour. And I come back home, and there's a dog in my house. And Jessica brought the dog, or bought the dog. Now, how this whole thing happened, She calls me while I'm on tour and was like, "Hey, Jessica and my sister
Oh.
are getting ready, or they called me and were like, hey, we're gonna go to the Humane Society, but we're only gonna look."
That don't even sound right now that you're saying it. We said it like that.
Yes, I said it like that. We're just gonna go look.
That don't even sound right.
Exactly. Well, needless to say, they came home with the dog, and he's been here ever since. His name is Channing. He's a handful, but he's a great dog.
Go get him. That's not what happened. That is not what happened. Go get Channing so they can see it.
What you mean?
I'm gonna tell my story.
Tell no lies. Tell no lies. Don't let her tell no lies.
What he said about wanting a dog. He told, hi baby. Hi. He wanted a dog. And so we went back and forth about, you know, do we want a dog? Do we not want a dog? Whatever. And so Brandon was on tour. It was absolutely the wrong time to call him about a dog. Us getting him at the time we did was absolutely not the right time. Because once we got him, we both weren't here. And literally Jasmine was here watching him the entire time. But we FaceTimed him and we said, hey, this is the dog. What do you think about him? And Brandon was just like, just go ahead and get him.
Because I had literally gotten tired of her talking about, I want a dog. And my thing was, look, we are both traveling. We are both gone too long. So there's absolutely no way that we could actually take care of a dog while we're gone. It's going to get mad expensive because we're going to have to find people to, you know, dog sit and all of this stuff. He's going to have to stay somewhere. Who's going to babysit him and all of this stuff. There was just a lot of things. And then I was like, well, he's not staying in the house because he's not getting ready to tear up my house. And y'all, he has torn up my house.
It's not that bad.
But she can deny it's torn up. She can deny that.
He's a puppy.
He's a big old puppy. However, needless to say, we kept him, and
he didn't make me take him back.
Nah, not yet. Anybody know of any good dog trainers that can do some behavioral training?
Yeah, he does need behavioral training. Because
we need to cut these claws because they are injuring all of us.
So although you didn't want him at first, how do you feel about Channing now?
He's cool. He's just a lot. He a handful, but I have to always remember he's a puppy too.
Yeah.
But he needs some serious behavioral training. Anyway.
You say hey, Channing? So yes, this hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for your questions and your comments. We enjoyed talking about them. We're glad that you met Channing. He's the one that's always making noises in our videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
It's a wrap.
Alrighty, guys. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned next week.
We might have a special guest next week.
We just might. Depends.
And it won't be Channing.
Right. Anyway, hope you guys stay safe. We know that Governor Kemp is reopening Georgia. However,
yes, please stay home.
Please stay home. For real. Stay home, guys. It's really not that deep. Just stay home. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will be seeing you guys next week. All right, take care.
Bye. Bye.